morning, welcome to another vlog style video of a bike launch, this time with Merida, a big German bike brand that has a vast amount of bikes in its range. They're launching two new bikes this time, a mountain bike that I'm not too fussed about and I'd leave to the MBR guys, but they've also launched and sort of released a couple of weeks ago really a brand new cyclocross bike called the Mission CX. So I've come to Germany, as I say, to a town called Ruhpolding, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. So initially I wasn't going to do a vlog style video because it's just a single standalone launch. There wasn't much to it, although it's a very nice bike, as you'll see. But where Merida invited me and a load of other journalists is outstandingly beautiful. So I couldn't let the opportunity pass by to show you guys how beautiful Ruhpolding is. A little ski town sort of on the border of Austria and just south of the Alps. It's absolutely stunning, and you'll see as I go on my travels today how good it is. And the other thing I want to show you, apart from the new bike, is how much Merida has brought here, and it's a huge amount of bikes. I'm just about to show you because we're heading up to their station here. And so what Merida have done is they invited the press along to show the two new bikes, but once we're done testing all the bikes, they're going to invite over 1,000 dealers from 30 countries to come and test their bikes and spend some time in Merida. So it's actually pretty epic. Just a tiny bit of detail on the new Mission CX. Last night in the presentation, Merida said that they wanted to basically update what they had and their current cyclocross model. They said it was a bit outdated and cyclocross had moved on quite a bit since that launch of that bike. They need to improve the clearance, disc brake technology has come a long way, bolt-through standard has kind of fallen into a similar pattern of 12mm bolt-through, and they had all these ideas that they wanted to sort of update and bring in line with everything else that's happening at Merida. And the other thing they wanted to do is make it look like a Merida bike. So all of their ranges, they want you to look at their bikes, and once you see it you go, right, without looking at the name, I know that's a Merida. So that's what they've done. So let's go and take a closer look before we head out for a bike ride. So here's the beast I'll be riding, updated in carbon fibre, new bolt throughs, new design, new geometries. It's slacker at the front for stability. It's got a longer top tube than previously. So Merida are really focusing on the performance side of things here, and that's no surprise because we've seen a lot of manufacturers over the years, last couple of years in particular, as gravel and adventure defines itself, has found out that cyclocross can be a racing bike. There's no reason why it can't be. Merida say that it can be used for commuting and it can be used for training. But this version is the carbon version, it's the race version. You'll find no mounts on here, no mounting holes or bosses to put racks or anything like that. But you can, at the back here, put a sort of plastic self-made bridge for packing a bag at the back or adding some racks if you wanted. But there's nothing permanent here on this bike. It's race dedicated, it's a racing machine. So I'm just about to go out for a ride. They've defined load of routes for mountain biking and cyclocross, as well as some road routes as well. So I'm going to head out with a couple of guys to see what it's like, and hopefully then I can show you the views of this beautiful area. that's the first part done, morning done. Been for about 30 odd Ks with another journalist. Bike rides like a cross bike. You can tell it's performance orientated, you can tell it's a race bike. It's very twitchy handling, not in a bad way, but just in a precise, nimble, agile way. Really, you would certainly want to use it in a cross race. We've tackled some gravel, a bit of tarmac, and we found a nice bit of single track stuff as well, which I've hopefully got a tiny bit on camera. Unfortunately, I'm not skilled enough to ride one-handed whilst filming and getting a lot of that stuff, so hopefully there's enough in there. But now I'm just going to have some lunch, and I think this afternoon I'll try to get out on the Silex, which is Merida's gravel bike, which I haven't had any time with just yet. Although that's not a new bike, that's something they say is going to stick in their range for a while now, so it'll be interesting to compare the two. Whilst eating lunch, it dawned on me that this video was turning into a bit of a travel guide rather than a launch video. So to intersperse my love for the views here, here's some key details on the new Merida Mission CX. A complete design overhaul has happened here, and compared with the old version, you have a new UCI certified geometry fully focused on racing. The bike has moved with the times and now comes with flat mount brakes, axles that are 12mm front and rear, which has that clever little lever I showed you earlier, and new looks to match the Merida brand, namely that bulbous top tube and head tube. You get internally routed cables, which is great for cyclocross, and it limits the need to constantly keep your cables clean and in working order. You also get a removable bridge at the rear of the carbon version for fitting rear mudguards or racks, and the toe clearance has been improved to stop that annoying toe catch you get a lot on these bikes, especially good for cyclocross racing, who tends to turn the handlebars a lot during the race. You can also run both 1x and 2x systems here, and by removing the front mech you can actually get quite a clean look. Weight wise, you're looking at 885 grams for a medium frame. Pair that with a 420 gram fork, you're looking at around a sub 1500 gram total frame set weight, which is very competitive. Within the model range of the Mission CX, you get 5 different levels, and that starts with the 8000E, which is their top end carbon version, and at the bottom you get the 400, which will be their aluminium version. Full details of these frames and models can be found on the Cycling Weekly website. Right, that's the important stuff over. Let's get back to those views. To give you a little rundown of the Silex bike, because I don't want to go on about it too much. It is a gravel bike. It's intended for not racing, cyclocross, and that defines the two bikes, I think. So the new Mission CX from Merida, very poised and precise, nimble in fact, whereas the Silex, from my initial experience, you know, it's comfortable on gravel. It isn't, you know, I'm less worried about my lines, and I'm less worried about where I place the bike. Whereas on the cross bike, I had to think about it a little bit more. I was going a bit faster, and it urges you to sort of grab it by the scruff of the neck and go for it. So I'm going to head back now, get another drink, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so that's me done for today. Pretty short trip for me, short launch. Sadly, I've got to have a 4 o'clock wake up call, 4 a.m. wake up call tomorrow morning to get 2 trains and then fly back from Munich airport. I had a good time testing the new Mission CX cross bike from those guys. It certainly is a performance orientated bike. It was actually quite interesting riding those two bikes back to back, the Mission CX and the Silex. The Silex is a gravel bike, it's an adventure bike. It's kind of Merida's first stab at that style bike, and it feels like they've gone quite conservative. You know, the bike's not boring, but I didn't have to choose my lines. I didn't have to, you know, worry about the technical section. I just barged through it and bounced off whatever came my way. So it's not to say it's boring, but it's certainly a little safer than the new Mission CX, which is an out-and-out cyclocross racing bike. You know, you can certainly tell that where you had to think about your line, had to think about where you're planting the bike. I think they've done a great job with that new bike. Full test of both bikes actually will come in print and online within hopefully the next couple of months. We've got to wait until Merida tell us they get their hands on the large stocks of Mission CX bikes, but the Silex is around. It's not a brand new bike, so we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. So if you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Spectacular. And then give you a little rundown of... Alright. Nearly killed someone. To give you a little rundown